Well, welcome back again. Welcome to round two of California's official sample ballot. I'm so excited. I don't, I'm such a nerd about politics. So we're going to 15. And why am I such a nerd about politics? Because it affects the stock market. So whether if it goes low, then you can be if you already have some stuff that is already you're like what? Then if you're going low, then you can buy some stuff. If you're going high, well you already have you know what I mean? So it's awesome. Yay, yay. It's a win-win situation I'm excited about. Corporations, political spending, federal constitutional protections, legislative advisory question. What? So ask whether California's elected officials should use their authority to propose and ratify an amendment to the federal constitution overturning the United States Supreme Court decision and Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission. Citizens United ruled that laws placing certain limits on political spendings by corporations and unisons are unconstitutional. Fiscal impact. No direct fiscal impact on state or local governments. Shall California's elected officials use all their constitutionality authority, including but not limited to proposing and ratifying one of or more amendments to the United States Constitution to overturn Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission and other applicable judicial precedents to allow the full regulation and or limitation of campaign contributions and spending to ensure that all citizens, regardless of wealth, may express their views to one another and to make clear that corporations should not have the same constitutional rights as human beings. So I'm voting yes on this, and the question becomes ruled that laws placing certain limits on political spending by corporations and unions are unconstitutional. So basically, there was spending limits that were placed on, um, corporations. There was various individuals. The ones that abstained were Stevens, Ginsburg, Breyer, and Sotomayor. So I'm voting yes. I'm voting yes because I think there should be spending limits on how much you should spend in campaigns. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Or do you think people should just go crazy? Like billionaires should just be like, here's a bunch of money, hope you win with 1,000 ads. Or do you think that everybody should have an equal shot? I don't know. There's the internet, there's Facebook, Twitter. Let me know. But I'm voting yes. So now we go to 60, the sexy one. Ooh, the sex. Adult Film Condoms Health Requirements Initiative statute requires adult film performers to use condoms during filming of sexual intercourse. Requires producers to pay for performer vaccinations, testing, and medical examinations. Requires producers to post condom requirements at film sites. And fiscal impact likely reduction of state and local tax revenues of several million dollars annually, increased state spending that could exceed $1 million annually on regulation, partially offset by new fees. I'm saying yes. I think that producers should be providing condoms. I think that culturally, a lot of films, have, unprotected sex. Some are out there. And I think that the culture and the understanding that protected sex is safe sex. So I think that that should be rippled out. So for the consciousness and understanding, I'm saying yes on 60. On 61, state prescription drug. This is the one that everybody's talking about. State prescription drug purchases pricing standards. Initiative statute prohibits states from buying any prescription drug from a drug manufacturer at a price over lower price paid for the drug by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs, exempts managed care programs funded through Medi-Cal. Fiscal impact. Potential for state savings of unknown amount depending on how the measure's implementation changes are addressed and the responses of drug manufacturers regarding the provision and pricing of their drugs. I'm saying yes. And the reason why I'm saying yes is because these I think that everybody should pay the drugs at the same price. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't think that anybody should get an extra discount for prescription drugs. I think that, and at the same time, it's going to force the medicinal company. And when you look at the ads, who's backing it up? It's the medicine companies that are backing it up. And to me, it feels like an extortion. It feels like an extortion of saying, if you vote for this, we're going to raise the prices. And they're basically saying it in the ads. So for that alone, I'm saying yes. Okay, go ahead. I'll call your bluff. You know? I'll show you what I got later. So I'm saying yes on 61. I mean, also Bernie Sanders has, backed that measure. So because I love Bernie, I want to have a weekend at Bernie's, then I want to go ahead and vote 61. Now we got a yes on 61. Death penalty initiative statute repeals the death penalty and replaces it with life imprisonment without possibility of parole. Applies retroactively to existing death sentences. Increases the portion of life inmates' wages that may be applied to victim restitution. Fiscal impact, net ongoing reduction in state and country criminal justice costs of around 150 million annually within a few years, although the impact could vary by tens of millions of dollars depending on various factors. I'm voting yes on ending the death penalty. And why am I voting yes on ending the death penalty? Yes on 62. Because I don't believe that we should be murdering people. Yeah, I don't. I don't think that we should be murdering for whatever reason, even at the darkest of the dark. I don't think that we should be murdering them. We should definitely be keeping them away from humanity and from people, and perhaps for the rest of their life and their living years. But I don't think that we should be murdering them because at that particular time, we become, uh, that dark force. We become that dark force that overcomes the light of the creator. The light of the creator created everything, for a reason. Sometimes we don't know what that reason may be, but the light of the creator created that creation. And for us to oversee the light of the creator, so I was like, no, I don't like this one. We're taking this one out. It's really insulting if you think about it. So I'm saying, and it's also for me, it's in one of the Ten Commandments. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no on 62. I mean, I'm gonna say yes on 62. Sorry, don't confuse me. Yes on repealing the death sentence. The death sentence. Now we go to 63. Fireman's and firearms ammunition sales initiative statute requires background check and Department of Justice authorization to purchase ammunition, prohibits possession of large capacity ammunition magazines, establishes procedures for enforcing laws prohibiting firearm possession by specified persons, requires Department of Justice participation in federal national instant crime backgrounds, check system, fiscal impact, increased state and local court and law enforcement costs, potentially in the tens of millions of dollars annually, related to the new court process for removing firearms from prohibited persons after they are convicted. 63. I'm voting yes to remove all firearms and ammunition sales. Require background checks and from the Department of Justice to purchase ammunition. I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes because I don't think that so many people should have guns. And I don't think that so many people should have large capacity ammunition magazines. So, yeah. So I think, so now we move on to, the thing requires background. Let's read it again. Requires background checks and Department of Justice authorization to purchase ammunition. Period. Prohibits possession of large capacity ammunition magazines. Establishes procedures for enforcing laws prohibiting firearm possessions by specified persons. Requires Department of Justice participation in federal national instant crime criminal background check system. Fiscal impact increased state. See, I'm a little dubious about 63 now that I read it again. Because of the way that it's worded, establishes procedures for enforcing for specified persons. Specified by whom? Definitely. Well, they say the court systems. I'm going to go ahead and still say yes. Because I'm not a fan of guns, and just because I'm not a fan of having guns because they kill, and going back to the whole thing about the whole murder thing, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Let's, get guns off the streets. 64, Marijuana Legalization Initiative Statute legalizes marijuana under the state law for the use of adults 21 or older, imposes state taxes on sales and cultivation, provides for industry licensing and establishes standards for marijuana products, allows local regulation and taxation, fiscal impact, additional tax revenues ranging from high hundreds of millions of dollars to over 1 billion annually, mostly dedicated to specific purposes, reduced criminal justice costs of 10 millions of dollars annually. Yes. Yes. I'm screaming yes. I'm screaming yes because I believe that there's so many medicinal elements to marijuana, and I think that there's such a stigma that has been brought to it. So I think that once that stigma is removed, and once there is, a proper understanding of this particular element, then I think that we will grow as a society. So I'm voting yes on 64. Then we've got 65. This will be, and then 65, and then I'll do another video, part 3, with the most interesting ones, or maybe not. There is it's leftovers, but we're doing 65. This will be our last one for this video. Carry-out bags changes initiative statute, redirects money collected by grocery and certain other retail stores through mandated sale of carry-out bags. Requires stores to deposit bag sales proceeds into a special fund to support specified environmental projects. Fiscal impact. Potential state revenue of several tens of millions of dollars annually under certain circumstances, with the monies used to support certain environmental programs. I'm saying yes. The 10 cents that is going every time that you're buying those bags, well, I believe it wasn't really going to anybody. So I think that transferring it into environmental causes in order to heal what we've done with the bag usage, I think would be a great idea of saying, hey, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's finish it out this one. Let's knock it out of the park. Just 2 videos. Death penalty procedures. Again, the death penalty. Changes procedures governing state and court challenges to death sentences. Designates superior court for initial petitions and limits successive petitions. Requires appointed attorneys to take non-capital appeals to accept death penalty appeals. Exempt prison officials from existing regulation processes for developing execution methods. Fiscal impact unknown. Ongoing impact on state costs for processing legal challenges to death sentences. Potential prison savings in the tens of millions of dollars annually. I'm saying yes. There's various different. Again, it goes back to my own personal teachings of thou shalt not kill. So I'm just saying yes. In order to keep the person alive, and something maybe revealed last minute, and they may be like, oh my gosh, it wasn't them, it was somebody else. The whole Netflix series. I forget what it's called. I didn't watch it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Then we've got 67, ban on single-use plastic bags referendum. A yes vote approves and a no vote rejects. A statute that prohibits grocery and other stores from providing customers single-use plastic or paper carry-out bags, permits sale of recycled paper bags and reusable bags. Fiscal impact. Relatively small fiscal effects on state and local governments, including a minor increase in state and administrative costs and possible minor local government savings from reduced litter and waste management costs. So 67, I'm saying yes. So they're basically, it's banning. It's all bags. Only recycled bags can be used. So I'm saying yes, because bags are bad. Haven't we heard enough about Baghdaddy? So bags are bad. So bags are bad. Go bag bad. Bad bag, bad way. So then we've got A. Then we got county measures. I don't know if this is in your county, but it's my county. Safe, clean neighborhood parks, open space beaches, rivers, protections, and water conservation measure. To replace expiring local funding for safe, clean neighborhood county parks, increase safe playgrounds, reduce gang activity, keep neighborhoods, recreation, senior centers, drinking water safe, protect beaches, rivers, and water resources, remaining natural areas open space, shall 1.5 cents be levied annually per square foot of improved property in the Los Angeles County, with the bond authority requiring citizens oversight, independent audits, and fund used locally. I'm saying yes. Basically, if you're improving something in the Los Angeles area, you're going to have to pay 1.5 cents, per square foot extra in order to fund, to help out the parks. And I think it's great because it's not only going to benefit your area, but it's going to benefit the park next door. So it's going to increase the value of everybody. So hooray for all! So I say yes, even if you are planning to increase your property, knock some cents out and, knock it down to your neighbor. Park and recreation center. Then we've got Los Angeles County Traffic Improvement Plan to improve freeway traffic flow safety repair, pothole sidewalks, repave local streets, earthquake retrofit bridges, synchronize signals, keep senior disabled student fares affordable, expand rail subway bus systems, improve job school airport connections, and create jobs shall voter authorize a Los Angeles County traffic improvement plan through a half-a-cent sales tax and continue the half-a-cent traffic relief tax until voters decide to end, with the independent audit oversights and funds controlled locally. So basically, if you're buying something, you're going to pay half a cent, a little bit more in order to make the streets look better. In order to retrofit and make, bond M or measure M, in order to make, railways faster and get to areas where you need to get to. I say yay, yes, on Measure M. It's backed by various different individuals, and it's also going to create various different jobs in order to expand and grow areas and connect cities that haven't been connected before, and commerce is just going to flow and be awesome. So I say yes. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful year. And if you're interested in part one, check out in the information section down below. Thank you and enjoy your voting. Happy voting!